Dear friends, here we are with our traditional morning briefing. The military and political situation around Ukraine remains under the control of Ukraine and the armed forces of Ukraine. At night, the enemy launched missile and airstrikes on the cities of Kyiv, Zhytomyr, Korosten, Starokostiantyniv, Chernihiv and Kharkiv. The situation around Kyiv remains tense. Our troops are launching missile and artillery strikes at enemy units northwest of Kyiv. For humanitarian reasons, our troops have taken up different positions in the cities of Bucha and Hostomel in order not to expose our civilians to the enemy fire of artillery. Chernihiv is holding its ground and several enemy planes have been shot down there. The city also repels ground attacks. In Sumy, the enemy is trying to move closer to the city. A counter-attack by our troops took place in Kharkiv, where we stopped the enemy's offensive. Now our soldiers are fortifying themselves on the northern borders of Kharkiv. In the area of Bryanka, which is the area of the Joint Forces operation, our troops repulsed a powerful attempt to attack by the enemy. Our enemy suffered huge losses there. Mariupol is holding on. The humanitarian situation there is controlled by the government of Ukraine and international organizations. The armed forces of Ukraine and other armed regiments are actively defending the city. In Kherson, the enemy retreated somewhat. The city is held by small units of the enemy. Also, the city has mobilized huge public resistance of the occupation. The enemy is trying to move towards Mykolaiv and Voznesensk. This is done in order to create a threat to the South Ukrainian nuclear power plant, but the situation there is controlled by the armed forces of Ukraine. They are preparing the defense. Mykolaiv is holding its ground. Yesterday, the city defenders repulsed several attempts of attack, including destroying an enemy helicopter landing power. Odesa conducts air and naval defense. Our air defenses have shot down at least 2 enemy planes there. The enemy concentrates its main efforts to advance north of Mykolaiv. Yesterday, also there was an attempt to advance from Kharkiv in the direction of the city of Dnipro. The airborne troops of the armed forces of Ukraine destroyed the enemy forces there entirely. Follow our next messages. Everything will be Ukraine. Glory to Ukraine.